Hello, everyone. So you probably have heard of the Junior Minister Robert Troy by now, the Minister of State at the Department of Enterprise and Trade. He was in a bit of controversy, and typical Fianna Fáil Fianna Gael. As we all know, half the TDs and senators are landlords. They own properties and tenants and X, Y, and Z. And many have multiple properties, not one or two. Multiple, so they're big landlords, in other words. And they get money for that too, of course. Even though they're getting €100,000 a year for being a TD, and then you have the expenses which go into the hundreds of thousands of euro again, and then you have other luxuries too. You get fuel allowance. Let's be honest, it's a grand old job being a TD and senator. And then obviously they get the rent of the tenants, which probably is extremely outrageous, some of the prices. But yeah, apparently 60 TDs and senators are landlords. So Robert Troy is one of them. He didn't declare he had properties. He didn't declare, he didn't put it down in writing. But we all probably know Fianna Fáil probably said to Robert Troy, "Here, Robert, we cut you in the deal." Because we all know Fianna Fáil and Fianna Gael are all in it. They love the money. They literally love the money. They couldn't give a shit about you or me. They want us just to suffer on the street. At the end of the day, I say it was some person noticed that, like Irish media, they had to really cover it. They're probably reluctantly covering it at the moment. But yeah, he had multiple properties. He didn't put it down, and his excuse, I forgot about it. He forgot about it. Was it an honest mistake? Maybe it could have been. Maybe we were giving them. Maybe we were being too harsh, and maybe it could have been an honest mistake. But as a TD, and this is the way I would see it if I was in any higher position in government, that no member of the government should be allowed to have a property where they have tenants and things like that. They should not be, because again, they get enough money as it is. Unless they're doing it for free, unless they have the property and they're giving the person for free. Because let's be honest now, they don't really need the money. Let's be honest, these TDs and senators, they don't need the money. They get extremely generous sums of money. Some of them are nearly on, and then the ministers alone, €200,000 a year. Junior ministers are nearly on €200,000 a year. You don't need the money. Like, let's be fair, and then the expenses. You don't need it. Like, let's be fair. So I don't know what's the need for what. And again, the next thing they turn around Fianna Fáil and say, and they already have said, Fianna Gael has already said it, that they're going to do a little favour to landlords. They're going to be nice. And again, I know some landlords have left the business of being a landlord, obviously. But obviously they want to look after themselves too, because it's going to help the TDs, and the senators. It's going to help them. So it's always looking out for number one, and it's the TDs and senators. They couldn't give a shit about you and me struggling to pay bills. Couldn't give a shit. The only working man that goes out in the morning to do a bit of work, and then the people sitting in offices in the Dáil, that probably literally extort their tenants for thousands and thousands of euro a month. Get a little cut back on the side. Again, it's typical Ireland. It's worse than North Korea, to be totally honest with you. At least in North Korea, at least the media wouldn't hide it. That it's pure and simple that the government knew about it. We probably all know the whole lot of them are probably doing the same. A little on the side, not writing it down, the interests and all that. We all know what's happening every day of the week. This is the question I ask. How are they billionaires? Some of them are millionaires or billionaires. Mostly billionaires, mostly millionaires, same word. How are they? Somebody explain where do they get all this money to be millionaires. Explain, somebody, please. OTE, would you like to comment? Maybe not, but sure, look at. As we all know, government give OTE a few bob to be quiet too, so, everybody wins apart from you, me, the taxpayer. We just get laughed at. But yeah. So let me know what you think. He resigned as obviously a junior minister, which is the right thing to do. I think he should resign as a TD and just go. As simple as that. Go, leave his seat. Go, get out. Don't come back in the door. Get out. That's the end of it. He can be a landlord if he wants, but get out. That's the end of it. That's the way I see it. Maybe it was a mistake. If it was an honest mistake, so be it. But I think it's not too much it's not a coincidence. Let's put it that way. So let me know what you think and subscribe more, and bye.